Hi, I'm Rob Sabin, the editor-in-chief at ProjectorCentral, and I'm here today with Patrick Artiaga from GDC Technology to talk about the Espedeo Supra-5000. Did I get that right, Patrick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Rob.
Projector, very, very unique and interesting projector. Now, Patrick, before we get started here, we should probably put this into context for a lot of our viewers. This particular projector, one of the things, or the thing that makes it probably most unique, is the fact that it's really geared for handling, and correct me if I'm wrong, DCI, digital cinema, packaged content with all the security and other features built in that you would need to have to really run a cinema.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the. So tell me a little bit about GDC Technology and your role in the cinema industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a 20-year-old company or more, right? At this point.
Yeah, yeah. Last year we celebrated our 20th anniversary as a company. Of course, the world of the transition from film to digital cinema was a key component in GDC's success and history.
Of course,
our founder, Dr. Chong, was a driving force in helping that transition go from back when there was film to the world to digital cinema and the creation of a server, a secure server product that would work with any of the various projection companies out there. And that product really just created, I think, an opportunity to help the industry overall, the cinema industry all really expand its role, its need, and working with our studio partners, content creative community, not just Hollywood, but globally. GDC really established itself as a trusted partner, a partner that, I think in all business should, manufacturers have that communication with their content of our community in order to just listen to them and help them figure out what's next, right? And that those early stages of digital cinema was just to create that transition, but then what happens after that? And the company over the years have developed some really fascinating technology for motion picture.
Sure. Well, it's interesting. I went looking through the company's website and saw a lot of different equipment and system elements that I certainly didn't recognize. There's a lot of pieces that go into actually serving up content to a theater, right?
Absolutely. And within the DCI world for traditional cinema content, as you can imagine, Hollywood is any creative artist is concerned about security of the content, and then as well as the performance. Helping that director fulfill their vision in terms of what's going to be shown on the big screen.
Right.
And over the years, GDC has worked with the creative community, both in terms of the content creators as well as the various projector manufacturers, whether it's Christie, Barco, NEC, Sony, to help them also, those projector manufacturers, help them create products that help optimize their projector solution as well. So we've been having that unique relationship with all people involved has really helped the company be successful.
Gotcha. So let's talk then a little bit about the Supra 5000. Is this your first GDC branded projector?
Yeah, this is the company's first projector. One of the interesting stories is this kind of all developed from the work we were doing with various customers in the Asia region, China, Japan. Part of the story there is that there was development, a lot of karaoke suites were happening, things of that nature. But as the environment there, the karaoke suite, people wanted to do more entertainment. The one challenge that they couldn't do was play DCI content. So working with some partners of ours, they asked GDC in terms of how to create a small form factor projector, create a situation where they would have the capabilities of playing motion picture content in a very small mini theater, micro theater environment. And that's where we worked with several partners to create this very unique solution. And we think it's kind of one of those environments that created an opportunity for us to launch a small compact projector incorporating all the various security requirements. It's this all-in-one board that has everything together, helps reduce cost, single form factor, quiet, so it allows the flexibility of installation, and of course, play DCI content.
Yeah, so the target market for something like this type of product, you know, where do you expect to sell it into, aside from these sort of small venue overseas that you anticipated and kind of built it up for?
Yeah, and besides that, Marco, what is also helping is the evolution of the traditional cinema globally has occurred, where the megaplexes have started to drop in screen size. Exhibitor partners have this real estate in terms of what to do. So what we've found is that this small form factor of a DCI projector has evolved itself into this creation of a mini theater environment for motion picture, allowing greater flexibility for exhibition partners. We're completing the installation right now in Mobile, Alabama. Our partner there has basically taken a small, kind of like almost an industrial office complex, and converting that into three small mini theaters, 10 seats up to 20 seats, play motion picture content, integrate the projector to broadcast. You could, play football games.
Sure. So what about, I would imagine that there's going to be some demand within just the Hollywood community for having these for screening rooms and things of that nature, right?
Absolutely. There's, what's happening in the motion picture world is, I think exhibitors are just trying to find new means, new opportunities to take advantage of their real estate space, having private cinema environments where people can rent an auditorium out for their particular needs, watch a movie on demand, broadcast some content that they like, or play Xbox games or whatever the kids want to do. I think just it's the key element is just giving them greater flexibility, and part of that flexibility also then translates over to the home space. Those consumers who want to have DCI content and want to have access to motion picture content in day and date, this projector really provides them that opportunity as well, because it's that all-in-one feature where the servers on board integrated with the projector, all the security that's required, it's all integrated in the projector. It's extremely lightweight, quiet, where the integrator can mount the projector inside the room, on the rear wall, in a booth. It just gives them greater flexibility.
Yeah, I was looking over the specs. 35 decibels, basically rated noise for a 5,000 lumen projector of this size. That's pretty quiet, and it's a relatively compact form factor. It's not a small projector by any means, but about 18 and a half by maybe 30 inches by 10 or 11 inches high, right? So
yeah, exactly.
So now the lenses on that, are you guys providing different lenses to facilitate different types of setups?
Yeah, so right now the unit comes with a single lens, but as part of our development efforts, we're expanding the suite of lenses to have different throws for each of the projectors, expand its particular needs. One of the core elements of the projector is we set it up where it's a kind of a maximum screen size, because to hit that mini theater kind of space, that niche where it's a maximum screen size of 20 feet. That's kind of our core target. The goal isn't to be a big PLF projector. That's not, there's plenty of players there. We just feel that carving out a little niche for this projector is a good solution for us.
Sure. And so let's talk a little bit about the technology in it, because it's a pretty high-tech piece, even just from the projection standpoint. So this is a 5,000 lumen DCI 2K resolution projector, right?
Correct.
DLP chip. Tell me a little bit about the laser engine in this. I mean, we're familiar with Apotronics. I think people who work in the industry do know that company as being a leader in the laser light engine technology. This is RGB plus phosphor. How, so is that three independent lasers plus the phosphor wheel or chip?
Yes, unlike RB laser technology, the ALPD 4.0 is an innovative and patented technology that incorporates red, blue, and green lasers with phosphor. The phosphor boosts the red and green and then blends all three lasers together to provide a high brightness, wide color gamut, and reduces speckle while improving light efficiency and energy savings. That allows for several benefits, reduces size, reduces heat element in terms of how to keep the projector cool. That's one of the beauties of this all-in-one solution is, it's ambient cooled. You don't need an external extractor. The natural fan pulling out the air, keeping the unit cool helps that flexibility.
Right. So we've seen some projectors like that. Having the dual laser, the extra red laser, is obviously very important for getting the gamut. You mentioned the fact that all this stuff is built in, but just take me a little bit through some of the DCI stuff that's in there, because I know this board that really seems to have it all integrated in one place for the most part.
Exactly. So the all-in-one board, which is really the core DNA of the projector, if you will. So it has a DCI compliant media server, the secure server that holds the content. It also has an integrated cinema processor, the electronics that helps move everything together. And then finally, the DMD formatter board, which works with the chipset, the TI chipset. The unique design element is that we're able to use the two TI chips, which are I just lost the acronym, but the TRP chips that are the 0.49-inch TRP chips.
Right. The DMDs you're talking about.
Yeah,
the digital micromirror devices. Yeah.
Exactly. And that, since TI is the developer of that, it's kind of one of those things we pull the ingredients from the TI portfolio, if you will. But if TI ever creates a 4K TRP chip, I am fairly confident we will then take the next step to create a 4K projector using that chipset.
Right, I see.
And it's all based upon the chipsets available to us.
I see. Yeah, it's in other words, for the DCI environment, you would have to go for 4K. You'd probably have to go to three chips right now, which would be a much larger, I would assume, projector than this.
Yeah, exactly, because with larger chips, the larger laser element and the larger cooling, and then all of a sudden you start to see more and more components being added to the projector. And that's right now, that's not our intent.
No,
our intent is to
take the
form factor and go with it.
let Christie be Christie and Barco be Barco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we all have a space.
And you can be GDC. Very, very cool. And another thing that I did notice too that I thought was just a really awesome potential feature is the ability to, at some point, add a 7.1 channel processor to the unit. That's basically would be integrated right into the piece. Yeah,
it's a software upgrade that is essentially also part of the all-in-one component. So for those customers in the private cinema world, those integrators who want the access to motion picture content, instead of having an external audio processor to decode motion picture content, it's all integrated in the unit itself. So cost savings, integration savings, and really just to have this unit be the true workhorse for motion picture content.
I gotcha. So basically just add amplifiers and you're good to go. And
amplifiers
speakers,
and your favorite
course,
speakers.
Yeah. You do need those. So,
Yeah.
well, it's really just an incredible piece of technology. We're glad to be able to feature it here at the Expo. Is there anything else that you wanted to add about either about the projector or about GDC before we close it out?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, first of all, Rob, thank you very much for inviting us. We as a company, we're excited to have this projector. That transition from the projector from a cinema world into private cinema world, or maybe multi-use venue for education or house of worship. We do believe this projector has a lot of flexibility, just to have options to the integrators out there, where space and weight and may become a challenge. Our goal is to make this projector become a non-factor in the design element, right? When you build a cinema, whether it's big or small, there's always that, where do you start? I kind of view is like, okay, well, where do you want to start with the screen? Like, how big a screen can you have? And then you design the room around that. Or what kind of, immersive audio system it have, or what's the entertainment? How does the client consume entertainment? Right. And once you understand these various questions, what we hope is that the projector doesn't become a roadblock. That's kind of our goal. The projector is like, I could put it anywhere, in the room, rear wall, in a booth, if no one wants to see it. But just having that flexibility. So from a design standpoint, the projector is not a hurdle. It's not a roadblock for the integrator.
Right.
That's ultimately our goal.
Well, we wish you the best of luck with it. It's really an innovative product, and happy to be able to feature it. Thank you for joining us at Projection Expo.
Great. Thank you, Rob.
Okay. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.